Hey guys, Wafireka here, coming at you with a very quick gameplay on this very Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas all, or Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate. I don't try to judge, so whatever it is you celebrate, I hope you're having a great day. It's a very special day, or even if you're an atheist like me, it's whatever. You do whatever you want. So I just thought I'd come at you guys with a quick Christmas video and a little bit of analytical gameplay here. So I start off, I'm playing anti-meta, and he goes first, which I think is not bad during anti-meta matchups. I mean, sometimes going first will lose you it, but a lot of the times when you go first, like as you can see, that breaker might be live, and I think that's a really cool thing. So all that sort of good shit. So I don't know what the fuck, but breaker is a great card this format. I feel like. So I start off with the Breaker the Banisher, and I'm like, what could that set card be? So even though the Banisher might have been a good play to some, I don't really like the Banisher play here. So because Breaker's just a +1 right here. Let me think about it. So Breaker's gonna go normal summon, Breaker break, and I believe that back row is a Mirror Force. And you can see here that I have the Starlight Road and the Warning, and that is powerful right there. And there is one very huge misplay that I'm going to make in this. It's not going to cost... It's going to cost me, but it's not going to cost me that much, and I still win the game. So, just going to tell you right now I won the game. So, sorry if that ruined it for you. Spoilers. All that good shit. So, turns out I'm playing... As soon as he flips it... I'm playing Light Sworns. So, it's not a big deal. My Breaker already floated, destroyed his back row. I mean, that Breaker got rid of 2 cards on the board for me, helped me establish advantage, and that's exactly what anti-meta is for. So that is one of the reasons anti-meta wins. It lets me establish that advantage. And I'm going to talk real quick about establishing advantage here. It's very important to do that in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! You win by having more resources. One of the ways you win is by having more resources than your opponent. Now, this isn't always true, and there are exceptions to this rule, like Chain Burn or Nurse Burn, but as a general rule, if you have more cards than your opponent, you have a higher chance of winning. And this is not a correlation without a cause. This is fact, and it's just true. That's why Maxi is such a good card, because having all those cards in your hand after your opponent does all that special summoning is just better than not. So here's my biggest misplay of the entire duel, is that I deprison the Singen. Why? It's 1,000 life points. It's not like it's going to kill me. And that deprison could be better spent on a Jane, on a Lila, on all sorts of things. And I have the Banisher in hand. There's no reason for me to deprison that Singen. There's no reason for me to do it. Why I did it? I was in a rush. I was listening to some pumped up music. I'm just going to tell you right now, I was listening to some Yui. If you guys don't know Yui, maybe I'll link you to her videos or put them in one of my videos sometimes, because I think she's like the most amazing singer ever. So, anyways, there's no reason for me to deprison that, and I was being a very bad player. That was my first and biggest mistake of the entire duel, was deprisoning this thing in. And not having that deprison is going to cost me. So he goes Reborn. I figure he doesn't have much shit up his sleeve, and I can negate all of his inherents. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Warning that Reborn. Just a fast Reborn me. And now you can see that Starlight Road isn't gonna help me that much at this point, unless it's gonna prevent a Dark Hole or a JD. But I mean, it's clearly not gonna wreck my back row or anything. So I drop Fossil Dyna here, and I mean, that could be a Bulb, a Dandelion, all sorts of things. It could be another Raikou. So I think the chances of it of being some better card far outweigh the other chances. So I'll go ahead and attack over it, and it's a Plague Spreader, and then I'll hit him up for 19. So it's always good. And here's where not having the deprison cost me dearly. Right here, he is going to summon Garroth and attack over my Banisher. And now see, it's not a huge deal, but it's little misplays like that will cost you duels. It's little misplays like that. Like, I mean, imagine if I was in a more severe situation. What if you had like a JD after that? I couldn't really get over the Gareth unless I Darkhold and then summon Fossil Dyna, and that would use up a lot of resources. I mean, think about it. And I mean, it's just the little stuff like that. I mean, that made his Solar Recharge live. What if he drew like Dark Hole JD. I could have lost. There's no way for you to tell exactly what little misplays may cause. And I know it seems like it's small, but I mean that could have affected the entire duel. I don't know if you guys watched the Sand Trap, but I watched him because of DevK Dad, and he has that thing about Max seeing Tour Guide, and that could affect the entire game. And just little stuff like that, it can affect the entire game, and it's amazing. So I go ahead and I attack over his Gareth and attack for 1200 with Dinah, and I figured Dinah is going to lock him down at this point. And he cannot afford to leave that Dinah on the field, I'm sure. So he's going to summon Light attack, and I top deck Mirror Force. So, like, think about what if I hadn't top decked that Mirror Force? What do you guys think? Do you think I misplayed a lot and I just got lucky? That's what I think. But this just shows you that not everybody, even good players, make a lot of bad mistakes. So I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, and if you want to see more like this, let me know. Okay, thanks, bye.